Okay, let's go over the blog internals now. Now there's two different parts of this project for the most part. There's the view made up of these FTL templates that are processed by FreeMarker. And then there's the controller and the model, which is in Java code and uses the Spark framework for handling of the routes. In a sense, the Spark framework is really part of the view as well. And so I'm going to show you those two different parts. This is the IntelliJ IDE. You are welcome to use whatever IDE you want or none at all. I started by importing the POM file to get in here. The main class is this blog controller file, and this blog controller instantiates the other objects, the session data access object and the user data access object that handle the session management and the user data management. You can see right here at the top, we connect to MongoDB. We actually call a new blog controller, and then in there we connect to MongoDB. Here's the blog controller right here. And you can see it calls Mongo client and gets DB blog. Creates the two other data access objects, the user and session data access objects. Also sets our port up to be 8082. Now, if we look at any given route, we can see here, this is the initialize route command. You can see that let's say if you're looking at the sign up route, this handles the post to sign up, but there's also a GET request to sign up, which is in some ways easier to understand. It creates a new FreeMarker-based route, tells it that it handles the path sign up, and it presents on this sign up with FTL template. And for that one, it just puts a bunch of starting values for the form elements. Now, over here, we've got these templates down here. Let's look at one of these templates, for instance, the welcome template. Now, the welcome template, it welcomes you by name and has a few other links in it. This is a FreeMarker convention. So we have in the middle of an HTML page, $, then this curly brace, and then this literal username, which is used to look up a value. So it looks it up in a hash, the hash that was set up before the template was invoked. If we look here in blog controller, you can see here we're presenting the welcome template. This is actually a GET request. You can see that it gets the cookie out of the request, and then it looks up in the sessions using a session data access object to find the full username. If it can't find it, it just says, I'm sorry, you don't seem to be logged in. But if it does find it, then it creates a new hash map, which it puts in this variable root. Then it puts a key value pair in. The key is username, and the value is the actual username. And then it calls template.process, passing that hash map, which the FreeMarker process uses to fill it in when it combines the data with the template itself. So for this week, you're going to be filling stuff in the user data access object that's going to read things out of the user collection and write things in the user collection. And I'm not going to show you that class because it has the code that you'll need to write. So I want to keep that hidden right now. If you look here in the blog itself, you can see it's just this placeholder thing that you saw when you went to the blog, which is, this is my placeholder for the blog. And in the subsequent weeks, we're going to fill this in with more templates that we're going to give you an additional class here so that you can access the posts, and you'll be writing the code to do the MongoDB part of that. All right, so that's how the internals of this blog system work.